Hello, my name is Sean Rogers, and SI Futures being a relatively small company, I wear multiple hats. I serve as what we call a relationship manager because I am reasonably good with clients and suppliers. And I also take the role of information, risk and compliance officer. I've been with SI Futures for just over 16 years now, bringing you might notice this by looking at me. It's over 4 decades of IT industry experience to the business. Typical day for me is a mix of client engagement, overseeing compliance and governance, will help making sure our services are delivered exactly as we have promised to deliver them. At the heart of the job, my job anyway, as far as I'm concerned, the most important thing is building trust, both with colleagues, management, and with our clients, especially. I like to ensure that clients know they're protected while we help them to move forward in their business. I first got into IT through joining a company called International Computers Limited, which was a British company, a mainframe company, and I joined them as a mainframe engineer because of my electronic background. And then over time I moved into leadership position and some co-founding and exited several small IT businesses, one of which grew to be listed on the JSE. Yeah, it was perfect timing. It was just as the dot-com bubble burst, so it didn't do all that well. Doing that gave me a broad view of both the technical and the business sides of the IT industry. Today, I draw most on skills on risk management, compliance, and the ability to translate complex technology into clear business outcomes. That's what I try and do. I found one of the biggest skills required in the technology IT industry, the high-tech industry, is the ability to listen to people, especially your clients, and make sure you understand what it is they're trying to tell you. Some of the things I'm most proud of is things like creating frameworks within SI Futures that allow companies, including our own, to try and strike the right balance between governance and still being an agile business, because a lot of people see governance as a restrictive requirement, whereas it can be the opposite. It can actually help you be agile, especially when you can sleep at night knowing it's all taken care of. One accomplishment I'm quite proud of, believe it or not, was being part of a team that brought in the very first PCXT into the country, that went into Cape and Transvaal printers because they needed something that was powerful, really powerful, because they used to do the Hansard. It's the book. Everything that's said in Parliament goes into the Hansard. It's like this huge minutes book, and that was their reason for buying a PCXT. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but it had like 16K of memory and twin 8-inch floppy drives. It was before the days of hard drives. Also, a small company I co-founded with a very good colleague and friend, still a friend today, way back then, was putting the first structured cabling system on copper cables for Ethernet cabling, networking. Prior to that, all networking was done on coaxial cable in one long link. If anything went wrong anywhere on that link, then the whole network went down, and it had all sorts of limitations. And when we proposed this to, it was the city of Cape Town, the opposition told them that it can never work. You can't run Ethernet on copper cables. And the beauty of that was each device had its own cable, was connected separately, so if you had a problem on one, it didn't affect the others. It was revolutionary. First and foremost, and I'm not trying to blow smoke, what attracted me to SI Futures was the leadership. It's the CEO, Geordie, was, to me, such a great person and a visionary. Not one of these visionaries that changes the world, but visionary that changes individuals' worlds. I've seen him do it with people that he's employed many times. what he was trying to create, I thought I could help and saw an opportunity to work and to make an impact in a smaller business. The people, the culture that Geordie developed as part of his vision is amazing. It's a very collaborative, open, agile, able to move very quickly without unnecessary bureaucracy. But that doesn't mean without bureaucracy. There is that certain amount that's the right balance. Enough to have good governance, but not to affect productivity. The SI Futures mission statement of matching technology to business needs. When it comes to where I'm directly involved, and I've done a lot of mentorship with the staff, younger guys. Everybody's younger than me, but you know, the younger guys, they're very, very technically clued up. I mean, I lost the ability to keep up with the technical details many years ago, but the fundamentals don't change. And that's what I've tried to bring to the company as well, is, you know, the ability to speak to the younger guys from a mentoring point of view, which is more the softer skills, you know, not fully understanding the technology, but I can talk them through finding the solution to an issue that they've got, be it with a client or personal or anything else. So yeah, and I enjoy working with these colleagues. They're very passionate about the clients and they genuinely care about the outcomes that we deliver. And I love that about them. With that and with the listening skills, I think we've all been developing, make sure that what we offer our clients is safe, secure, and everything we do with them, the business we do with them, is totally transparent. You say people make the business, and it's absolutely true of SI Futures. The passion, the dedication, the hours, the work ethic. Nobody can work as much as Geordie does, but they try. Well, everybody faces budget constraints. That's number one. Okay, it's always, we deal with SMEs and that's front and center all the time. But the other most common challenges they face in my area around information security, compliance, and navigating the complexity of today's connectivity world and finding the right technology solutions that fit their budget without compromising on quality and functionality. And SI Futures team and I, we help by simplifying that complexity. And part of my job is creating transparent agreements with clients so that we all clearly understand there's not too much legal doublespeak in there and no fine print, and managing their risks proactively. I'm often surprised to learn how much compliance and governance work we actually do quietly in the background. It's the invisible layer of protection that keeps everything running smoothly. Trying to ensure the compliance part, reducing risk for a client. We're not just providing with a technology solution. We're trying to make sure that that solution is both compliant, reduces their risks, and protects their reputation. Simply put, what sets SI Futures apart from our position is that we combine agility with strong governance. We don't just provide the technology. We make sure it matches to the client's needs and it's backed up by proper oversight. I'd say it's because we give them best-in-class technology solutions, delivered personally, supported 24/7 at a fair price, transparently, and underpinned by governance that helps the client sleep at night. I feel warm and fuzzy knowing that a client feels safe with us and confident in using us, and watching them grow and helping protect them from real risks. If you look at it from our side, these guys are being attacked cybersecurity-wise every single day. And it's never a case of if there's going to be a breach, it's when. What we're doing is trying to slow down the number of breaches that happen. Yes, we'd like to eliminate them 100%, but there's always the human factor that comes into it. And we're battling AI versus AI. These hackers and that have got very clever. They use AI to try and do these breaches. So to keep people protected fully, if you look at the customer base for technology and what we do around the world, the 1% are the giant corporations that can afford to put in these enterprise level protections, have their own security operations center and the most expensive firewalls and software and people and everything to fight this battle. The 99% of organizations are SMEs. So it motivates me to try and help David rather than be on Goliath's side. That's what we try and do. Give them that enterprise level protection at SME pricing margins. I think one of the best bits of advice I've ever received or seen is that good governance comes from understanding both the technical and the business implications of risk. I think that's very important. Personally, outside of work, I'm deeply involved in the community and fundraising for our Neighborhood Watch, which I'm a member of on their committee. I support my son's catering business that he's been building over the years, helped him build a new kitchen recently. And I love, it's a love-hate relationship with household DIY, fixing all the stuff that breaks all the time. Movie would be Apocalypse Now. I would have to say, if I had to choose one, I'd say my favorite book is Shogun. There's always the traditional braai, but right up there, if I've been braaiing too much, then it's a good masala curry. I don't really have a hobby as such. I spend a lot of time helping other people. I like making things with my hands, building things, fixing things. That's kind of my hobby. Time is short. You always think you've got time to do everything. You never have. The direction we're going right now with the new services, I'm excited about the future of cybersecurity, compliance-driven services, and obviously in particular where I'm focusing on, which is the human firewall training and services offering that we're about to launch. And I'm focused on the security awareness training campaigns and developing POPIA and GDPR training services for clients, because GDPR we require for our UK operation. It'll help our clients strengthen their own human layer of defense, because that's where most breaches come from. It's the people thing. As SI Future grows, I see my role evolving more into client education, risk consulting, and carrying on positioning us as a trusted advisor to our clients. Have a full head of hair. I've got a happy life. We all want more money. Tricky question. What would I change personally? It doesn't take much to keep me happy. So I personally, maybe at my age, I need to set myself a regimen of specific exercises to get all the stiffness out of my joints and the arthritic pains out of my joints and my body. I've started doing a few, and it really does help. It makes you more flexible. So, yeah, old age exercises.